The most controversial contestants from the Love Island franchise. Love Island is one of the most popular reality TV shows around the world, and it hasn't taken long for it to become a cultural juggernaut of sorts. The juicy format of the show, which combines elements of a dating show and a Big Brother-like social experiment by isolating contestants in a luxury villa to foster connections, has proven to be an addictive form of entertainment. Arguably, though, it is the Islanders who further take it up a notch to make it an attention-wielding popcorn television. With a string of scandals looming over Season 7 of Love Island USA, we dig deeper into the reality show's history to look at the most controversial Love Island contestants from across the franchise. While reality shows have always been popular, social media has further propelled them into a massive phenomenon, with TikTok creators milking every controversy on Love Island to create memes, hot takes, and more. Season 7 of Love Island USA, which kicked off on June 3rd, has turned out to be one of the most scandalous ones, with dramatic cast exits of Sierra Ortega and Yulisa Escobar, and of course, the emergence of what many are calling the best TV villain, Huda Mustafa. The removal of Ortega and Escobar from the show, owing to their racism row, has also sparked conversations about the hiring process of the reality show, with the producers allegedly looking to change the casting process and put more focus on the past social media presence of potential contestants. Notably, as Love Island Season 7 is rocked with scandals, it's not the first time that the franchise has had to deal with problematic cast members. First popularized as the British dating show, Love Island UK has also had their fair share of headline-grabbing participants. Amid the ongoing Season 12 of Love Island UK and the recently wrapped Season 7 of the USA version, meet some of the most controversial Love Island contestants from the franchise's history. Love Island USA contestant Sierra Ortega was abruptly removed from the villa during an episode that aired on July 6, 2025. The shocking twist was announced by the narrator, Ian Sterling, during the initial few minutes of the episode, citing that it was due to a personal situation. Of course, it is now well known that Ortega's surprise exit came on the heels of the discovery of her past social media posts that contained racist language. Earlier this month, Love Island USA viewers came across a social media post shared by Ortega in which she spoke about the cosmetic work she had done and used a racial slur in the same, leading netizens to demand her removal from the show. The 25-year-old, who found herself swept up in the controversy while she was still on the isolated island, has now apologized for her comments. Days after being kicked off the show, Ortega took to social media and apologized for using the racial slur, saying, "I am deeply, truly, honestly so sorry. I had no idea that the word held as much pain as much harm and came with the history that it did, or I never would have used it." Amid the already delicate political situation in the U.S. with ICE raids and deportation, Ortega, who is of Mexican and Puerto Rican heritage, said she and her loved ones are being harassed online over her racism row. She noted that abusive netizens have been issuing death threats to her family and further claimed that they had ICE, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, called on them. Before her exit from the show, Sierra was coupled up with Nick Van Steenberga, a 24-year-old registered nurse and model from Jacksonville, Florida. Yulisa Escobar, Love Island USA Season 7. Like we said, the new season of Love Island USA has been laden with controversies, and before Ortega's exit, another contestant who was also removed from the show due to a racism controversy was Yulisa Escobar. Her unceremonious exit from Episode 2 came with little explanation at first, but it was later discovered that it was owing to resurfaced videos of her using racial slurs in 2 separate podcast appearances. While she issued a public apology in the days following her exit since leaving the island, Yulisa has also shared a TikTok video describing the events leading up to her exit. Recalling her last day on set, Escobar revealed that while she thought she was being called to shoot a confessional, she was met by the producers who informed her about a video that resurfaced on the internet. She also captioned her TikTok as, "Plot twist. I wasn't dragged out in the dark. I walked out in broad daylight, had high lashes on." More recently, after learning about Sierra's removal from the show due to similar reasons, Escobar has come in support of her and called out the online abuse incurred by both of them amid the controversy. Stating that she's not justifying their mistakes, Escobar asked fans to steer away from cyberbullying in an emotional plea. Huda Mustafa, Love Island USA Season 7. For those who have been following the eventful Season 7, Huda Mustafa is arguably one of the most polarizing contestants to have featured on it. Netizens formed a love-hate relationship with her, given how her journey on the show has been riddled with controversies. The 24-year-old Palestinian-American fitness influencer and single mom will go down in reality TV history for her drama-filled stint on the show that has birthed memes, sparked social media debates, and even wedged a divide between friends and families supporting/bashing her. During her stay on the island, Mustafa has been unafraid to show even the most unlikable sides of her personality, including her overly possessive nature toward Jeremiah Brown. Many also accused her of not being a girl's girl despite saying it out loud, but never really practicing it. In addition to this, Huda has also been dragged into a racism controversy, since reports suggested that an old TikTok of her captured her lip-syncing a song that contains a slur. Even though it is unclear from the video whether Huda is actually mouthing the word, her already scandalous reputation has landed her in soup. Despite this, Huda not only continued her journey on the show but also made history on the finale as she and Chris Seeley, who coupled up during the mid-season twist, decided to part ways. The duo became the first couple in franchise history to break up in the finale. Kyle Ashman, Love Island UK Season 12. While the hangover of Season 7 of the USA version will remain for a while, Season 12 of Love Island UK hasn't been far too behind on delivering drama. One of the contestants of the show, Kyle Ashman, made the headlines before even entering the villa, and it wasn't for the right reasons. Just before appearing on the show, Ashman was axed after reports emerged about his arrest from earlier this year. Ashman, 23, was due to enter the villa, but was instantly dropped by the makers after The Sun reported details about his alleged involvement in a violent crime. Following his removal from the show, Ashman later clarified accusations against him, stating that he cooperated with the police investigation and had no involvement in the crime. While the makers had cited personal reasons as the purpose of his exit, the real reason turned out to be his alleged misdemeanor. As Ashman's replacement, the show then hired Connor Phillips, a professional rugby player. Despite his unexpected exit, Ashman has remained hopeful about getting a chance to return to the show and suggested he join the cast as a bombshell. However, there has been no such confirmation.